You know, I was just trying to take a nice afternoon off to relax, kick back before a hectic weekend. Big things coming up. Eagles playoffs, Sixers back-to-back games, and the Philly Take Discord starts buzzing, going off. RB, you got to make a video. We have new news, a new Joel Embiid update. Oh my gosh, again, we have new Joel Embiid news. No, it is not good. And I hate to come here and say this, but the Joel Embiid era might officially be over. This might be the start of the end, so we will talk about it. And I am also going to tell you the couple of things that must happen in the next few weeks for the Sixers to start correcting, do I dare say, the process. We'll get into it all, man, but welcome in to Philly Take with RB. By the way, as you can see, I got the beanie on. We're actually planning to do a merch drop this weekend. We've been having this in the works for a long time. A lot of different merch drops coming on our website, so it's going to be pretty cool. Even though a lot of people are mentally checked out, keep supporting the content creators, man. We're trying our best to muscle through this. It has been an absolute nightmare this season, and it continues today. Joel Embiid, per Shams Charania, will be reevaluated in 7 to 10 days and will receive treatment to address swelling in his left knee. More on that. Sixers say Embiid participated in an on-court workout Thursday and experienced an increase in knee swelling following the session. Ladies and gentlemen, I tweeted something out yesterday that we're going to look at here in just a minute, but finally they start telling us what's actually going on. Not really, but kind of. You know, this whole foot sprain, this thing that's kept him out since the beginning of the year, and, you know, he fell and tripped in pregame against the Celtics, and they said, you know, he got hurt at the end, but nobody has any clarification or evidence or clips on where it actually happened. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think Joel Embiid had a foot sprain. I think he's had a knee injury, a knee issue, a degenerative knee issue since last season, and it's just going to keep happening. It's going to keep going. We are almost halfway into the season. Maxey, PG, and Embiid have played, less than 5 games together. It is not good. It is not good. Things are not good with the Philadelphia 76ers. You can't even draw up being this bad. I mean, this is unbelievable. And now he's going to miss a whole other bunch of games. So the first thing that must happen is the Sixers have to shut Joel Embiid down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the nail in the coffin. Time to shut him down. Have to shut him down. Here's what Nick Nurse said today about the potential thought of the Sixers shutting him down for the season.
The update said that the sprained foot was healed, but that the knee swelling occurred specifically after his practice yesterday. Yes. And you said prior to that his knee had been feeling fine. So, was there anything leading up to that involving the knee, or? I
don't think so. I think it's just the same. It plays. We always gotta see how it reacts the next day. Right, whether it's practice or a workout or a game, and that's it. Yeah.
Nick, is there any thought to maybe just shutting Joel down?
Not at this point that I've been told, Keith. No.
Yeah.
Man, I tweeted this the other night. Nick Nurse is so checked out, man. You hear how he's talking? He doesn't even make decisions. He's just there and he's like, yeah, I haven't been told anything. See what happens. Hopefully he can practice. Has a knee issue. He did go on to talk about the human side of things, and obviously, he saw this firsthand with Kawhi Leonard, but Nick Nurse is so checked out, man. I don't think he wants to be here anymore. Let's just keep it real. But no talk as of right now, per Nick Nurse, of shutting Joel Embiid down. But let's take a look back at the timeline, because I had a lot of people that commented on this post and gave their thoughts. But essentially, things don't add up. The math does not math. Joel Embiid tore his meniscus last year on January 31st. That was for the 3rd time he tore it, almost a year ago to the day, just a couple weeks. Then he returned 9 weeks after knee surgery. I was at that game. He looked really good. Went to the playoffs, played on one leg. He admitted in the offseason on Drew Hanlon's pod that he could barely jump. He couldn't even get off the floor. I remember he told Maxey, go win the series. I can't do anything. Then he decides to play in the Olympics. Then he gets a contract extension, despite that clip that we've referenced multiple times where the Sixers knew that he was hurt. They consulted with 9 doctors and still decided to give him that contract extension, which is now looking very, very bad. Then we thought he was going to start the season. He's ramping up for 9 games. Then he comes back, plays sporadically. Sixers win 10 out of 13. Then they start sitting him out with rest and then a sprained foot, even though we have no evidence of it. And then he gets to come back against the Warriors. Sixers get blown out. He plays a couple days later. The Sixers blow out the Nets. And then he misses 6 games in a row and is now going to be out for another 10 days. So my conclusion on all of this is the same thing I said last year. He should have never returned. He should have never came back. He came back way too early from the knee injury. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a medical doctor, professional. And it's funny, a lot of people on this post are like, you're not a doctor. You don't know. You're damn right I don't know. But what I do know is what my eyes see. And what my eyes see are a couple things. Number one, they wasted the best opportunities of Joel Embiid. Number two, this guy's knee is not good, right? You can tear your meniscus and keep tearing it, and then it gets to a point where, you got bone on bone. Joel Embiid has had so many different injuries across the spectrum, and I remember years back saying that they wasted the best chances, right? The Hawks series, the Raptors, how about Game 6 against Boston? Those were the opportunities, and everybody kept coming back at me saying, hey, just wait till he's in his prime. Wait till these guys are in their prime. Wait till they mold, right? Maybe that's a little bit true. You got to build chemistry, and Embiid's talked about that. But you know what, man? Those chances are gone out the window. Joel isn't your normal star with a normal timeline. He's now 30. He's had, 20-plus injuries? And he's had 3 meniscus tears. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, as great of a talent as Joel Embiid is when he's on the floor, if you're going to sit there and say that he's not a great talent on the floor, you're lying, okay? But the one constant, the one issue has always been health. He's been injured every year. He gets injured in big moments. He does try to play through it. I give him credit for that. He's a tough son of a gun. But you know what, man? It feels like we're gone. It feels like we're past that, and he just can't get back on the floor normally. And if they're going to sit here and try to sell us hope that, sitting the rest of the season, coming back next year will be fine, I just can't buy it. Because he does get injured every single year. He's a great player. This team has great potential. We've seen it with the 3 of them on the floor, but it's looking more and more like the Brooklyn Nets, and it's just a sad situation all around. I just feel sadness about this situation, if I'm being honest, knowing what Embiid's gone through, knowing what this organization has put him through, and a lot of Sixer fans may be younger and just started following the team or whatever, and they may just jump around. Some people do that for some reason. They jump around with their favorite players, like Paul George fans and Harden and Simmons stands. We've seen them all, right? But at the end of the day, as I always say, we cover the Sixers first and foremost. We are Sixer fans, and I just don't see this getting better. I really don't. And here's exactly why. I mean, you look at the cap table the next couple years. I mean, this is absolutely brutal, man. Whoever gave Joel Embiid that contract extension, knowing that he was injured, has to be fired. They have to be fired because now you have a contract problem as well. As much as we love Joel, I just don't know how they get out of this. This is the next 3 years. 55, 59, and 64 million. And then a $69 million player option in 2028. Are you serious? This guy might not be able to play next year. So if they don't retire and they don't give up, Joel Embiid, Paul George, these are miserable contracts. The Sixers aren't in dead water, right? Building around Maxey and McCain is a good start, but here's what they need to do in the next couple of weeks. Because everybody's like, tank. Well, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, they're going to be good enough to win you a couple games, and you just can't go completely underwater. You're not that bad, So what I think they need to do is play all of these role players, get their value up as much as possible, and start selling them off. Kelly Oubre, if possible. Caleb Martin. KJ Martin is injured. He would have been a nice trade. Drummond is finally coming back, I think. Who knows? Who wants Eric Gordon and Kyle Lowry? Not going to happen. Gershon Yabusele. People don't like this, but if they can't re-sign Gershon, if they can trade all these guys and then afford to bring back Yabu, I'm all for it. But if not, you got to trade him as well. You got to get as much value and picks as you can, because if you look at the next couple of seasons, I mean, it's not like they're stacked with draft capital. And the last couple of nights I was watching the Rockets, the Grizzlies, Thunder, teams like that. Like, the league is now dominated with these young, hungry teams. We could have a whole other convo about whether the new CBA is working, but all those teams that are stacked with draft assets that have all these young, hungry players, they're just so fun to watch, man. And the Sixers don't even have a pick this year. So they got to start selling and get some value back. At this point, that's their best bet. I mean, look at this upcoming schedule. It's brutal. They might be 17-33 by the time this thing is done. And it's just been the season of a nightmare, honestly. So what we're going to do to finish this off is we're going to go to tankathon.com and we're going to sim 3 times and see if the Sixers land in the top 6. Again, they get a pick this year only if it lands in the top 6. If not, it goes to the Thunder, who are now, I think, 34-6. They're absolutely insane. They blew the Cavs away without Hartenstein last night, and it looks like they're the NBA champion favorites as of right now. So let's see if we can get the Sixers in the top 6. There we go. First sim. I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again. Number 4 goes to Philly. That's what we're going to hope for. And let's see if we can sim the lottery and see who the Sixers get, if they get anybody. We'll try it until we get them in the top 6. First time, no. Second time, no. Please put us in the top 6. No, they still have us at number 9. Give us the pick, man. Still not here. We're going to keep going. There we go. Number 4, shooting guard out of Baylor. We don't want a shooting guard, man. We don't want VJ Edgecombe. No, we want a forward. We want Ace Bailey or Cooper Flagg. Time to capture the flag, man. We got to start the movement. But anyway, that's what the Sixers need to do. We know where this team is headed, towards the inevitable. It is time to shut Joel Embiid down. And if this is the final iteration of Embiid with the Sixers, it's been very nice. And I appreciate everything he's done for the organization. But maybe you can play him, I guess, in an older Tim Duncan role or something like that. But $70 million, that's going to really constrain you from a lot of different improvements. So maybe play Paul George up the next couple weeks, talk about him like he's the greatest player of all time, and ship him out. I don't know. But this is going to get worse before it gets better, and we'll see what happens, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.